Have you ever wondered how a door strike system integrates into a voice over IP device, such as this little access door control thing here? Well, that's what we're going to discuss on this video coming up in just a second. Welcome to Crosstalk Solutions. My name's Chris, and today we're going to be talking about relays. And by relays, I mean a door strike or a gate opening type of system. Basically anything that you can have a DTMF code on the phone system to open or unlock a door or open a gate or something like that. So there's a lot of really cool devices out there. This is the Axis, this is the Axis A8105E network video door station. This is essentially a surveillance camera built in with a little button here. When you press the button, it rings the phone, or it also can pop up a video on your computer, and there's a little button that you can click that will then unlock the relay here. So it unlocks the door. So basically the idea is someone rings the doorbell, you see their face, and then you can choose whether or not to open the door, either through the phone or through the video software itself. But how do you wire up a relay, and how does that work? Now, I am not an electrician, so this was something that was pretty new to me when I first had to sit down and figure it out, but really it's very simple. So I'm going to explain it in very simple non-electrician terms, and hopefully it will help you guys to understand the same thing, because there's really a lot of cool devices out there. This is the Access Video door station. I have a bigger Access Video door station as well. There's also a whole bunch of cyber data equipment that I sell to customers on a very regular basis, where you can put in codes and you can use it as a call box or flush mount or surface mount. I mean, there's all sorts of different devices that can interface with something like a door strike if you know how to set it up properly. So we're going to switch over to the whiteboard so that I can draw out exactly how this relay works, and we will move on from there. Okay, so everything's going to start with the actual device that's going to open the gate or unlock the door, etc. Right? So let's start there. In my case, I have an electric door strike. I'll put the links to the door strike that I have down in the comments below. But really, any electric door strike is going to have this same capability. So we've got a door strike that can open a door. So it's got a little lock, and this is where it actually moves or unlocks when the relay is connected. So this is going to have two leads on it for power, right? So power is what we need to have next. So somewhere we've got power. So let's say this is a wall socket, and we have a plug plugged into the wall socket. In the US is going to be standard 110 volt or something like that. This is also maybe something that you can wire directly in with your electrician, whatever. But for me, for my purposes, I just have basically like a standard power adapter that you would find on most devices out there. And that has a wire that comes out of it. Now, in my case, I clip the wire, and inside the wire is one black wire and one red wire. Now, when we are plugging these wires directly into the lock opens. Basically, so as soon as there's power enabled on the lock is open, okay? So, what you'll commonly see this referred to as in electric door strikes is NO/NC. That's the mode of the lock when there is no power attached to it. So NO is normally open, or NC is normally closed. Now the difference that makes, and there's some electronic door strikes that can be both, like you can toggle which one it is. The one that I have is an NC, normally closed. That's the state when you do not have power, it's locked. In a normally open device, when you do not have power, it's unlocked. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So now, basically if I take my locked NC device or door strike and I apply power to it directly. So I plug it in, it's got power directly to the device, it unlocks. Okay, so as long as power is connected, it's unlocked. So this is where the relay comes in, and this is where you have any sort of device that can basically interrupt that power. Okay, so we're going to start down here, and we're going to do a device like this right here. So this is the cyber data I forget the model number of this one, but it's basically like you get a button that you can press and it rings a phone. And then you've got a keypad that you can enter in some digits in order to open or unlock the door, open the gate, whatever. So we'll say we've got that device. Now on the back of this device, here's the keypad, here's the button, here's the speaker. Right now on this device in the back, there is a little set of pins that you can plug cables into. And essentially all we want to do is interrupt this power, right? So we're going to basically unplug the red wire and we're going to use different wire. You can use something like just standard 12 gauge electrical cable. In my case, I'm using regular like doorbell wire. So it's a very light gauge wire. And there's going to be a couple of contacts inside here. They're typically labeled NO/NC. And then the other contact is labeled CO. I believe it stands for common. Again, I'm not an electrician, so I'm not familiar with all the acronyms, but that's what they are labeled on the inside of this device. So what we need to do is basically interrupt that red one. In fact, we'll redraw this. We'll say the black wire is plugged in up here just to make it easier. And then the red wire comes out like this. Now, we're going to disconnect the red wire from our door lock, and we're going to run either one of these. I don't think it matters which one you use, but we're going to run one set of wire here, and we are going to splice that together, right? So maybe I'll use blue for the splice. All right, so now we've got that spliced together like that. And then the other contact, we'll call this the green contact. So the one that's plugged into CO is going to come out here and go over to this. So now basically what we're doing is we are interrupting the power. So this is tied together, and then there's no power applied to bridge these together until you trigger the relay. Okay, so when you hit the button, beep, it rings a phone. You pick it up, hello, oh, you need to be let in. All right, hang on 1 second. Boop, boop, you enter in a DTMF code. I usually like to use 99 to open a door. When you do 99, it applies power to this green line here, which applies power to the door lock, which opens it up. And typically it's on a timer of 5 seconds or 7 seconds. As soon as it's done with that 5 or 7 second timeout, you disconnect the power from the green line again, and your door is locked. Okay, so that's how the relay works. That's how you wire it up. Now, this is a very simple example. So let me bring you in a little bit closer, and I will show that to you in a little bit more detail close up. Okay, so here we go. I've got my power source. I've got my door strike right here. We can see that it's NC, normally closed, meaning that it's locked. I cannot open it. And then I have this access video door device, whatever this thing is. It's basically a button. You press that, it calls a phone. You pick up the phone and you can dial a code to open the door or trigger the relay. Okay, so first things first, make sure you are unplugged. So I've got the power unplugged, and I have now unplugged the power over Ethernet to the access door device. So we're going to start with our power. The power has two cables coming out of it, red and a black. I don't know if that's positive negative or positive ground or whatever. Again, for the purpose of this video, it doesn't matter. I'm not an electrician. I just know how to wire these things up. On the door strike device, I have one side here that has 3 contacts, yellow, white, green, and I have a second side that has 2 contacts with a black wire going to both. This is the side that I'm going to be focusing on, the side with 2 contacts. Now, this is where we put our red and black wire. Typically, if I have this powered in and I connect these two, then we are going to be open. In fact, let me demonstrate that. Okay, so I've got the black wire taped on there, and I have the red lead still loose. And what we'll see here, be very careful, of course, when you're working with live wires, live electricity, you can give yourself quite a shock. So we're going to plug this in, and this is now live. And we can see that as soon as I connect the red, you see I'm locked. As soon as I connect the red, we're open, right? So I just connected the red for a second and it flipped open. I didn't do it too well. Let me just get a little piece of tape on there so you can see it. Basically, all right, there we go. Power's applied, and we can see that I can now unlock the door. I can open the door. It's swinging freely. If I pull the red off again, I'm now locked. Okay, so that's a normally closed relay. Okay, so now I have this device. Now this device in the back has these little pins, and 2 of the pins are labeled, one is labeled CO and the other is labeled NC/NO or NO/NC, something like that. But bottom line is I have these in those 2 little ports. If you can see in there, it's a little difficult to see, but they're just wired into this green block right here. And this is standard doorbell wire. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take one of these 2 wires, the red one for instance, and I'm going to attach it to, I'm unplugged by the way, I'm going to attach it to the red over here. Okay, so I'm going to take the black into the door strike and then the red into the red on the door control system. So let's do that first. All right, so there we go. We can now see that I have the red wire coming out of the power cable connected to the red doorbell wire right here. Okay, and now all we have left is our white lead, and the white lead is going to go over here on the door strike itself. So basically what we're doing is we're interrupting the red power cable with a cable that runs in and out of this door control system. Okay, so I've got that in there. So now we've got black and the white doorbell cable connected to this. Okay, there we go. So let's get you a close-up of that. So again, the power cable is this black cable. Power splits into 2. Black power cable goes to the door strike. Red power cable is spliced in with the red doorbell wire. The red doorbell wire goes into one of the contacts here, and then it comes out of the white wire. And the white wire is now connected to the other side of my door strike right here. Okay, so I've got it all taped up, so it's a little difficult to see, but you get the idea, hopefully. And now we're gonna power everything on. Okay, so as you can see, I've got a white LED on the access door control device now. If I press this button, it's going to ring my phone, which is off camera here. And when I pick up the phone, I'm just gonna dial 99. And when I dial 99, that's gonna trigger the relay. So right now we can see that we're locked. I can't move this. Let's go ahead and hit the button. My phone is ringing. I'm gonna pick it up. I'm gonna press 99. And now we are unlocked. And that will be unlocked for 7 seconds, and then it will lock again. Now I'm locked again. There we go. Let me try it one more time. Press the button. 99. I'm unlocked. And then after 7-second timeout, now we're locked again. Okay, so there you go. There's a quick look at how to set up a relay to an electronic door strike. And this same concept works with all kinds of different devices. So of course, I was showing the Access Network Video Door Station. That's one type of device that you can use. You can also use something like similar products from CyberData, which have the keypads integrated where you can have predefined codes that unlock the relay as well as the button. CyberData also has video versions of this same device that can get you video as well. It also works with other types of CyberData devices like the SIP paging adapter. This is the SIP paging server. Notice you've got that same green block on the back for wiring up the relay. Okay, so that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please click subscribe. My name's Chris with Crosstalk Solutions, and thank you so much for watching.